Good morning, YouTube, or whenever you guys are watching this. This is another big week of Operation Supersize Me growth phase, heading into week 5. Getting on here, want to give you guys some updates. Not too much is changing this week. Actually, nothing is changing this week because that is what bodybuilding is. If it's working, why are we going to change it? Repeat it, stay accurate, stay intense, stay on job. So, what do we got different this week? Let's give you guys my updates. We are up about a pound and a half. So, Sunday to Sunday, 194.5 last Sunday, 196 this Sunday. Definitely holding some inflammation in my legs from my leg training 2 days ago, where we took it there. If you check out my Instagram, you can watch me die on a hack squat. Really funny, but luckily we know how to fail things safely. Went for 12th rep on hack squat and got buried. Absolutely love it. That's what training intensity is. That is what I do this for. Got right back up, hit that shit again. So, what do we got this week? What do we got today? On the menu, it is pull day. We're changing some exercises out, so I'll show you guys a couple of different changes. So I've really taken a lot of time over the last few weeks to learn how to improve my movement to target the correct muscles that I want to train, learning about lever arms, programming, and all of that kind of stuff. So really want to talk a little bit about that of like programming is a lot more complicated and it's also a lot more simple than most people think. So it can be both. So for example, lat training and back training is probably the most complex to really nail down your movement order, your exercise order, what movements to put where. When it comes to like a bicep or something, your bicep only does one movement, but your lat is striated in so many different ways that there's so many different planes of motion that you need to hit it in order to hit your entire back. And most people just overcompensate and pull through their traps and their upper back and never develop their lats. So really been diving deep on movement efficiency, just learning every single day. And like, no matter how far you go in this, like I will always be learning from people who are 5 steps ahead of me. I would love to get out and do a session with some of these guys. Just waiting for the day. So a couple of the big names I follow, Kuba Chilen, might have butchered your last name, but love watching your videos and how you describe the cueing of what you're thinking about while you're training. John Jewett and Coach Kasim over at N1 Education. Those are 3 really good people in the industry to follow that really know what they're talking about when it comes to biomechanics. So, a couple things that you should know when you're programming. Biceps, really simple. You want to train it shortened, and then you want to train it lengthened. So, an example of that is doing something like a high bicep curl where the max contraction, the max weight is going to be when you're contracted. And then doing something like a behind body cable curl where it's really focusing on, since the tension is pulling from the cable behind you, it's going to focus on that lengthened position and drop off a little bit in the shortened. So just putting your exercises in that kind of an order can help you get that extra 1-2%. Everything works when it comes to training as long as your intensity is there, you're taking things to failure. That is non-negotiable. But I like to understand the nuance behind it. And if I can eke out an extra 2-3% over years and years and years, it's only going to make me better. So, back day today, we got single arm pull down. I'm actually going to start both of my back days again with the single arm pull down. Just really mentally taxing to get that connection. I've really been working on that to get into my lat instead of using bicep or upper back. So you guys will see those today. Then we are moving on into a T-bar row, doing an upper back movement second on this day. And on my other day, it's lat, and then upper back. On this day, it's lat, upper back, lat. Then we're going to move into a single arm row. And then we have a 2-arm sagittal plane pull down. And then we have what's my last exercise? This is a little new session for me. Oh yeah, we got an upper back pull down today. So I'm swapping out. Both days I was doing 2 upper back rows, and it kind of seemed like I was just doing the same movement on a different machine. So I'm going to try today doing an upper back pull down just to target it from a little bit of a different plane. And then we get into our bicep work where we're doing one in the shortened, one in the lengthened, reverse fly, forearms, job done. So that's today's session, how I'm laying that out. Also changes to my push days. One push day, I'm actually going to start doing flat dumbbell press again. We're into the off season. This is the time when you have the tissue built up around your joints. Your joints should be lubricated well, that you can add in some free weights. So we're heading into week 5. It's time to add a dumbbell back in. I'm actually going to start with that for my chest work on one of my push days. The other push day, we're keeping the incline Smith. I don't know if I'll ever change that. It just connects amazing, feels great. It's been progressing. I want to run that up, so I'm keeping that there. Leg days, pretty much staying the same, just swapping one of the lying leg curls for a standing leg curl. Everything else, we may try the leg press this week instead of a pivot press, but everything else, we're running. Legs are feeling great in the gym. We are running everything. A little bit of a new rep scheme. Most of my main compounds going to be hitting one set in the 6 to 10, one set in the 10 to 15. If it's 2 sets, if it's 3 sets, 6 to 10, 8 to 12, 12 plus. Just to have a little bit more of a novel stimulus. For things like squatting, I really feel like after like 8 reps, maybe 10 reps, 12 max on a squat, you're just going to have some kind of technical breakdown because it is such a complex movement where I can stay really tight with my form for 8, 9, maybe 10 reps. And then after that, it's really hard to keep that bracing, keep everything so on point. Again, like I'm thinking so much during these movements, these compound movements, that by rep 15, it's just not looking the same. I'm starting to feel it in my lower back. My butt's coming off the pad of the hack squat. So I'd rather just load it a little bit more, keep it within control, keep the intensity high, and see if that is a better change for me. You don't know until you try, guys. So everything works. You just have to find what works best for you. So we're going to be loading 1 bicep set heavy 2, 1 tricep set heavy 2 per session in the 6 to 10. We're going to give this a run. So we're going to run this up for the rest of the off season, and we're going to grow. And you guys are going to see. We're already growing, so now we're going to take it next level. But next time you guys see me, we're going to head over to the gym. It's got about an hour until I eat again. Drinking my electrolytes, getting hydrated. Really good energy today, so I'm really excited for this back day. My last back day, I was a little bit slow, like really good session. Like everything connected really well. Just didn't feel like that pump in the gym of like I'm bouncing around and like, which is okay. You don't need that. But I didn't feel like I had my edge that day, so I'm really itching to get back on it. But we're going to go for a T-bar row PR today, so you guys will see that. But again, if it's not there, my main thing is staying controlled, aggressive, lifting with intent. Accurate sessions are the best sessions. So I'll see you guys on the way to the gym. Let's do it. Alrighty, guys, we are heading over to the Mecca. It is time to train pull. I cannot freaking wait. Got a little bit of a new session today, like I was breaking down for you guys. After a rest day, I'm always buzzing to get back in the gym. It's so hard for me to not train. I know you need your rest, but I wish I could train every single day. So, not much to say here. Nothing changes pre-workout. We got our pump from Core Nutritionals. Loaded it up today, so today is going to be gnarly with all these carbs going in. I want to see what we're looking like. So, not much to say. Yeah, man, like I'm just so excited to get to go and train every day when I wake up that I'm actually training. And it's not a rest day. I'm like buzzing. I just can't wait to get to the gym. It's the only thing on my mind. So we're going to get after it today. I'm going to bring you guys along, break down the new session, why I'm doing what I'm doing. And yeah, simple, execute, intense, accurate. That's what we're going for. We're going to make it nasty today. Let's do it, guys. Full pull day videoed for you guys. Gym was nice and empty. So exercise 1, we have our sagittal plane pull down straight overhead. So I'm actually thinking about tucking my hips underneath me to stay straight up and down. Driving my elbows down to my pockets, big squeeze, control the way up. Still getting that real aggressive drive down, big contraction in my lats. This felt fantastic. This has been a work in progress, so I'm real happy with how these were feeling. And you'll see we're taking it there towards the last few reps, driving down as hard as we can, big squeeze, control. And once my form starts to break down, is when the exercise is over, once I start changing my posture. Don't let your posture change on your back movements. That is how you can keep the weight in your lat. That one was nice and squeezed there. Went for one more. Use a little bit of English here, but I'm okay with that. So nice squeeze, finish the set. Moving on to T-bar row. This is my top set. Got 6 real clean reps here. I'm thinking about squeezing my t-shirt with my scaps as hard as I can, then controlling the weight, letting my scaps push all the way forward, but keeping my chest up. So notice how my posture does not change, just my scaps are moving. Same thing, taking that till technical failure. Moving on to a single arm cable lat row. So key to setting this one up, your hand should start in line with your shoulder. Reason for this is for rows, your lat, the best way to connect is keeping your forearm with that neutral grip and keeping it neutral the whole time, not letting it come towards your bicep, thinking about driving your elbow down towards your pocket. And from there, we're gonna get a big squeeze and control. Same thing, shoulder movement is okay, but notice my posture does not change. That is a common theme with back training. Posture does not change. Shoulder and scapular movement is okay. So that's coming from your upper back. That's where you're going to get that big stretch in your lat, and then grinding through that last one for the squeeze. And that was it. All right, moving on. We got a low to high upper back row. This is one of my favorites. This targets my mid back really, really well. So I move the seat a little bit higher, keep my butt behind me, just so I can squeeze that mid back. So the way I design my pull day is having a sagittal pull, then having an upper back row. Then we have our lat row. Now we have our mid back row, and then you'll see we'll finish off with a high to low row. So we're hitting every plane possible for the back. My other pull day, still hitting all of those planes, just in a different order so that we can focus other exercises first. So today I wanted to push my T-bar row on this pull day. On my other pull day, upper back will come after the single arm row. Last exercise of the day here, we have our single arm high to low row. You can call it a pull down, you can call it a row. I don't really care what you call it. Either way, this absolutely nails my lats. So similar setup here. Little tip for anything that you're doing single arm, anything you're trying to target your lat, you want to push the same side hip away from you. Why that is because your lat inserts into where your hip is in your lower back. So this is going to allow for a full stretch of your lat when you're in the stretch position. And then same thing, we're just punching with our elbow down, aggressive on the way down, control the way up. So you have to have that intent with your movement. I don't care if it goes slow, but you're still pulling as hard as you can. Think about ripping through the machine. It should naturally slow down as you get close to failure, and you'll see my reps will start to slow down. So it was a little bit lighter than I was expecting, but we were already at like 10 reps when I realized that. So it's like, we're running this. This is my last set here. This is actually my back down set. So we just ran it, and we ran it until we could not move our arm. Alrighty guys, we just finished up our 20 minutes Stairmaster level 10. One tip for your cardio: if you're supposed to do it at a certain level, don't start at that level. So like what I'll be doing is supposed to be on like level 10. That's where my heart rate gets up into zone 2. So it's good for my cardio health. Really just doing it to stay healthy, burn some extra calories because I like food. But I start at level 12 for about 2 minutes. Just push my heart rate up there. Otherwise it takes like 8 to 10 minutes for me to get my heart rate up there. And then I can pull it down to level 10, where now I'm getting the full 20 minutes of cardio versus only doing cardio for 12 minutes. So make sure that you're getting your heart rate up quickly. That's one tip that I like to use. Otherwise, you probably should be doing an extra 10 minutes of cardio and want to start counting it from when your heart rate gets there. But that was an awesome back session, as you guys saw. Hope that you learned something from all the tips. As always, guys, check out my sponsors: Core Nutritionals, code John10, Pride Foods, also code John10. I'm cooked, guys. I can't wait for my cream of rice from Pride Foods. So if you like the video, please like, subscribe, comment anything you guys want to see, and I'll see you guys next week. John out.